Hello to all of my lovely, gentle souls and sensitive beings. It's been a while, hasn't it, since I've been on, and I have wanted to bring something forward about sensitive souls, and it's your time to shine. Yeah, it's your time to shine. It's your time to come forward and thrive in this world. And I wanted to explore in us what holds us back, what is the part of us that still hides ourselves, There's a sense that something is contracted in us and smaller and muted, a sense of a pattern in ourselves that holds. And why is that? Why is the part of ourselves that is so tuned in and senses and feels? I often bring nature in because I feel it really touches into our nervous systems and our capacities to really feel this. Let's just sense that for a second, and we can compare it to the contracted parts of us that feel frozen or scared. It's like there's no movement here, it's just stuck. So when we sense into nature and we sense our capacity to feel into nature, that sense, whatever you bring in, just think of all the things that you love in nature, whatever that is. If it's your pets, your cats, your dogs, these beautiful beings that we are so close to, and it's unspoken, it's like an unspoken part where we sense and feel each other without speaking. We don't need to speak because we feel each other. So there's something, and we can move out into the natural world and sense. It's like a part of our nervous system that finally tunes into a sensing field, like a sort of delicacy, a fine tuning. You're tuning into whatever centipede it could be, fine tuning into a moth, a butterfly. Let's just sense that as we do that, because that's what sensitive beings do. They can finally tune into this incredible sensitivity of feeling into the feather or the wings of a butterfly, and you just sense that ethereal nature. A moth at night time, when you hear it, just that very faint noise it makes, or the delicacy of a butterfly as it scatters from flower to flower. The bee, its wings, and it delicately hovers over a flower, collecting its pollen and all the other things that it's doing. So you sense that fine attunement to the natural world and beings around you. So we're sensing that field, and then sense into yourself the part that has pulled away, has got colder, frozen, and can't move. There's something, and we compare the two. Something's delicate movement, and then a kind of contraction of sort of fear freeze kind of feeling. And these two. And so we're trying to sense that in sensitive beings, the capacity, and then something in them has got, almost frightened to death, almost, and then I don't want to, too scared to move from this place. So bearing in mind that nervous system that can so finely attune, it makes sense that at a point there have been experiences within you where you've got really terrified. The nervous system in this part of you has just contracted in and frozen. So something's terrified you here, and we want to respect that place in you. That we want to honour the intelligence of contracting here, because something was too outside of you, something was terrified and needed to hold or hide. And there's something about we need to honour and respect that movement inside, or shutting down, moving away. And for a nervous system that's so delicate and refined, it's going to have a big impact on your life if we feel those two energies. It's like a disturbing event for someone so sensitive. And we're sensing that. It's going to have a devastating effect on that nervous system, that event or events of terror. Going to be attacked. You know, it's like an existential threat to you. Something's really terrifying here. I could die. It feels like I could die, you know, like I'm going to be attacked. There's a threat to me. So it's like a sense of softening here. Let's soften to this part in you. And I kind of close my eyes and I go inside myself to that place. Let's soften. Something was just too much here, and you needed to disappear, become invisible, or hide yourself. And that was a good, intelligent thing to do. And we respect you here for doing that. Something about honouring the numbing experience here, the freeze experience, and the hiding. Now, and it's like the nervous system, when it's respected, it can start to regulate itself. You know, it can start to come down, deregulate. Yeah. There's a sense of warmth here. I'm warm to myself. Yeah, it was too much here. You can feel all these other ways of being in the world, all this nature that we've just sensed to comes around it. Yeah, something was too much here for you. And respecting that it was. A kind of compassion, a kind compassion to ourselves. And it's just take your time here. But something is emerging, something of this sensitivity wants to come back into the world, you know. It wants to claim its space in the world, you know. It wants to belong, doesn't want to feel separate and isolated and not moving, having no movement, just feeling this stuckness. So there's something about honouring and respecting and also allowing time to feel how scared it was, how alone it felt. And I know in myself it really touches something when I sense into the aloneness, loneliness here. It's like it's so lonely here. Such a lonely place. I'm sharing that with you. I know what that feels like, to feel lonely. To hide those parts. Like they're not safe to be in this world. They're not safe to share. It feels nice. It feels good. It's like a caring. It's like care. Yeah, we care. Sensitive souls care. We care about others, care about beings non-human as well. But we're trying to walk our talk really and care for ourselves here in places where we've had to shut down or numb or isolate ourselves, and we feel a fear that we won't belong if we share ourselves here. So we kind of have a armour or defence around ourselves, and we're respecting that. Yeah, and little by little, as we warm places in ourselves that got very cold and isolated, just a sense of something can emerge, and just something small. So we were feeling into butterflies and moths and little centipedes, little caterpillars that emerge slowly and are delicate and take their time in the world, sensing and feeling. And it's something similar in us. We need to take our time. But we have a place in this world, and we belong. And we are equal to anyone else in this world. And as I've said in other episodes, we need these sensitive souls because they feel so readily, and they have a real sense of not excluding people. They include all the time because they know what it feels like to be excluded, and it's really painful. It's really painful to be excluded. So we always include. Yeah. So this episode's about sensitive beings taking the place in the world and starting to shine. Letting your gentle soul and sensitivity shine. Because we need you. We need you in this world to support and help people who are struggling. And you understand. You have a hugely empathic nature. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope this helps you and supports you in your emergence in this world. And I'm with you. I've got your back. So if you like so far what I'm sharing with you, just like and subscribe to my channel. Take care, all of you, and shine in this world, the stars that you are. And I mean that in a deep way. These stars that are in the universe, we're a part of it, and we're coming forward, shining together. We've got each other's back. We're together doing it. We're not alone anymore, although parts of us have felt very alone. Sending love from the heart centre, you know, to each and every one of you from our hearts. Together we can shine.